Hi there. My name is Ash Shukla, and I'd like to say namaste and welcome to my presentation. My friend, today I'm going to be talking to you about financial chakras. Now, you have heard of finances and you have perhaps heard of chakras or have some concept of it. So, chakras are seven energetic centers. There are some main energetic hubs in your body. Now, these energetic hubs, until now, called chakras, have been talked about as the principles of the body. For the first time, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about, how are they the rule of the universe. Now, you may or may not believe in chakras or energies, which I totally respect. But you have to believe that, see, around me, there is nothing, see, there is no power cords around me, right? There is nobody around me here right now. And as you can see that the energetic being, the only person, only thing that's energetic is me, right? This nature is energetic as well, but I don't have any power cords that I have plugged in to a wall, right? So this device, I'm going to prove it to you that we are energy, you are energy. Now this device, the way it works is if I hold it here, it's not lighting up. But see, energy is positive and negative, so it needs to have both sides. So right now I'm holding one side of it, whether you call it positive or negative, that doesn't matter. But when I hold this second side, it's going to light up. So here's how you know that we are energy, right? When I hold this and when I'm doing this, it is definitely, it's definitive. Every time I hold it and let it go, hold it and let it go. Anytime my skin touches it, it becomes basically it lights up. So when it lights up, what happens is now you know that I'm energy. If we are in a room and we were doing this, what would happen is I would normally hold hands of everybody, and when we hold hands and when we go around the circle and when the last person, and when we connect all the dots, that's then and only then this lights up. So as you know, if you don't know what energies are, I want you to know that they exist. You are an energetic being. When you go to like an ER, right? When you take a look at doctors, when they're putting stuff on you, what they are really doing is measuring your energy. Now the question becomes as to, until now, energies has been talked about as the principles of the body, and how did it become the rule of the universe? See, inside of this, inside of us, these energies are flowing, and they're flowing in a specific manner based on emotions that you have. Now, the emotions inside of your body have a hub inside of your body. Now, the reason I'm telling you all of this is because, see, I came here from India in 1989 with 20 bucks and no English, and after coming here, I became a financial planner. I stayed as a financial planner for I became a very successful financial planner. But at one point in my career, I had this one investment opportunity, so I took on this opportunity, and it turned out to be a scam, and it really got me because I didn't know. I was gullible, I was vulnerable, I was very much, very much, taken, if you will. When this happened, I didn't know that somebody could actually do this to me, right? And it hurt me really, really badly. And what I've discovered is that, when I am in this way, when something bad happens to me, I usually go within. I usually quiet down. I don't talk a lot. I don't talk to anybody. I didn't even tell my family about it. So I really stayed quiet. During this bad time that I was having, I actually told my grandfather. And when I told my grandfather this has happened, because he was my confidant, ever since I was born, my mom had a postpartum syndromes, and during this time, as soon as I was born, I was basically, raised by my grandfather. So he was like my confidant. He always taught me yoga, meditation. We talked about philosophy, Hinduism, and philosophy, and psychology, and we talked about finances and pretty much everything. So this particular day, I was really, really down, and I had to talk to somebody. So I'm telling this to my grandfather that this has happened, and I'm feeling really bad. He looks at my energies, and we picked up the subject of chakras. And when we picked up the subject of chakras, what ended up happening was he's like, let me help you clear them out. So he helped me understand how they operate, and he helped me clear them out really nicely. So that begged the question as I was going through this process, is that, I said, grandfather, has anybody proven how chakras are the rule of the universe? how chakras exist outside of your body. And he's like, nobody has ever done that. I said, fantastic. So what I started doing was I took 7 chakras that are inside of your body, right? I started taking them and started putting them together in a combinations, right? Different combinations. So the combination that I that I put, initially I started looking at like each one of them, and I started making different things financially to see how does it hurt me or help me. And it took me over 5,000 plus combinations to make this work. What I found is that when I put them in specific order, they become the rule every single time. And then I started studying, every single time that as I put it together, as I was going through this myself, what I discovered is that every time I did it this way, one specific way, I moved forward financially, right? Every single time. Because see, in my mind, it was unbelievable to me that somebody could do this to me. I had lost a lot of money. Now, listen, coming here from India with 20 bucks and no English, I have appreciation for money in a completely different way. And knowing that, you're landing in a country with nothing, like literally nothing. The only thing we had was, I didn't even have this, what I'm wearing right now, right? So, like, imagine you landing in a place, some place, it doesn't matter where it is, with 20 bucks. And, and you trying to make the future. And you don't have any place to go. Like, you might have some people who might take you in, but, and you have to build it up, right? And you might be thinking, okay, Ash, so so how big, does it really be, does it become? And I have to tell you that, the money that I had lost was, close to $250,000. It was not a small loss by any means. Now, what I found is that in this journey, as I was like really just trying to figure it out from within, because I had made up of my mind that I am going to figure this out and teach it to other people, that how they shouldn't have to go through same thing. I had made up my mind that this will never happen to me again. I had made up my mind that I am going to make sure that I'm rock solid from now on. See, because during that time when the scam was happening, there was just one small thing. Because I have a trained eye as a financial advisor, I have a trained eye to look for things, the loopholes. But this scam artist was even better than me, so he just got the better of me. Okay, but needless to say, right, regardless of whether he got better of me or not, sometimes I believe that things happen to you in life to have a better life in the future, because you don't know what's, if it was done for that person who scammed me, I wouldn't be discovering financial chakras. I wouldn't have what I'm about to talk to you about, right? That is the complete mind-blowing piece that I have figured out. See, what I found is when you put chakras in specific order, see, there are energetic centers. So what happens is inside of your body, these 7 energetic centers, they're constantly going up and down. And you as a human being are either evolving or devolving. You're either going up or you're going down. Either you're moving forward or you are not, right? So what I found is that energetic centers define where you are going to end up in life. What I found is that how you manage that. See, because what I found is when you take these chakras, the same chakras, the rules that I found in the universe, what I found is that when you put them in specific order, they become the rule of not just me, but for anybody. I looked at this and I went and I looked at it and I said, okay, what else can I do? I'm like, oh, it's so exciting. So what I found is that when I studied other people, like successful people, my friend, they too are doing the exact same combination. And that was the exciting part, because I figured that, hey, you know what? If they are doing the same thing, that means that it's a rule now. It's no longer a principle. See, what I have discovered is chakras are no longer principles of the body. They're the rule of the universe. And what does these rules do for you? See, for the first time in financial chakras, I'm demonstrating how these chakras exist outside of your body. Until now, chakras have been internal. Now, imagine this. When you're doing, whatever you're doing, there are chakras in you. There are chakras in the other person you're talking to. There are chakras in the product and the service you're offering. What I found, these energies exist in the exact same way, and when there is a perfect combination, you literally just kind of take your success and you go woof, like that. You just take it to the next level. When you take a look at these chakras inside of your body, and when you put them in specific order, right, you just go woof, like do this with me, woof. Okay, when you look at that, when you are doing this, when you are putting them in specific order, then and only then this works. Every other time I found is that when it's not in the specific orders, it fails the formula. What I found is that you are actually going down, or maybe even sideways. But most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you're going down. See, what I found is that over time is constant. What makes us go up is it's our ability to understand how these rules operate within our body. I'll give you an example. I was talking to somebody yesterday, literally last night. He's a business owner, he's an entrepreneur. As I'm talking to him, he doesn't know anything about chakras. He's like, I don't know what that is. And he's telling me all these things. And he's like, Ash, I'm just struggling. I don't know what's wrong. You know, what I found is what was wrong is he makes a decision based on fear. Now, the challenge that is there is that, did you know that fear, anxiety, uncertainty, all these other emotions that you feel inside of your body, they have a home in your body. The question is, where is that home? So I'll tell you one thing, that some of the emotions have a home at the base of your spine. So, like, the chakras go up and down in your body, basically, right? So they start from the base of the spine and they go up. So when you talk about nirvana, the seventh chakra is right here, see? So the first chakra, okay, is called Muladhara chakra. And in there lies your fear, your anxiety, your uncertainty, and things like that. Now, this is just the beginning of what I'm teaching you, and you want more information. What I would recommend you do is maybe we can schedule a time, and there will be a link around this video, which you can, basically, sign up and talk to me a little bit, okay? But what I found with this guy was he kept on, at first he was portraying success. He was portraying and pretending to be successful. As I was, and we have all been there. We have all been into a situation where they say fake it till you make it. I personally don't believe in that philosophy. I bought into that philosophy when I started, and that's why I struggled for 6-7 years in the financial industry. But what I found is that when you are truly aligned with who you are, like I'm talking to you right now directly from in the camera, there's no scripting around me. You see, there is no whiteboard. It's just me, okay, around here. And I'm just having fun taking this video. So when I was talking to this guy, he kept on portraying this success. But there was something hiding underlying factor, which is what's been causing him not to be successful. And what I found is that his Muladhara chakra was completely off balance. But more importantly, what I found out is that the way he was making decisions is what kept on keeping him down. His wife is like, I'm making. He was in IT field in the prior field. And what happened was, he was in the IT in the medical field, basically. So the question became, he had left his job and started this new career, and all those things that had happened. And now, of course, he's just trying to make it, and he's just not able to lift it off the ground. But what is happening is, when your Muladhara chakra is hit, you're actually being pulled down. It's like a weight that is pulling him down. And as soon as I was able to clear it yesterday, within 1 hour, he literally just took a jump, and he went to the next step. You see, what I found is his flow of energy, the way he was flowing. See, these energies are flowing constantly up and down in my body. As I'm communicating with you, they're constantly flowing up and down in my body. Now, as I was doing this, with him, and as I always do this even with myself, I'm very, very conscious of, what I'm offering and what's happening and stuff like that, okay? So when I'm looking at this from a perspective of energies, what I found is that there is a specific order, and this particular order, is very crucial to understand. Now, before we get into that, let me just kind of give you a quick synopsis of chakras and where they reside. Okay, these 7 chakras reside in your body. They start from the back of your spine and they go up. So if I was to kind of point it, it goes, underneath your privates, right? So it starts there at the base of the spine. Okay, it's called Mool Adhar chakra, which is your first chakra. This chakra is responsible for your grounding. So if you're feeling like, okay, you're not grounded and you're not, sometimes you are just all over the place. Okay, that's where you're coming from. And there are several things that happens within that chakra. The second chakra is your Swadhisthana. In the second chakra, that you have, the second chakra, for the sake of names, I'm going to save this for the video so it helps the person who is transcribing this video in a little bit better. Okay, so second chakra, basically this chakra is responsible for your creativity. So when your base chakra is hit, it's like think of it as like a combinations. And when your first chakra is hit, your second chakra doesn't get opened up. Now this is it's like a combination, right? So first chakra is blocked, so second chakra will never be open. When the first chakra opens, second chakra is there. Now it tests your body and says, okay, is this second chakra open or not for energy to flow? And if the second chakra is not open, right, it doesn't go anywhere. So the second chakra is where your creativity, sexuality, all that comes from. Now there are other emotions that go around it, but the question is what emotions? Okay, the third chakra, that is your by the navel of your body. Okay, so right at the navel, the third chakra is actually responsible for it's like your personal power, they call it, right, in the English language. But what's important about that chakra? They say the fire in your belly. But the so important piece of that chakra is really about your action. So you might be the type of person who is just not able to take action. Like this guy, he kept on struggling to go forward, and he was like, why is it so hard? Have you asked that to yourself? You probably have. And when you take a look at the third chakra, when you're not able to get into action, you want to do it, you want to go forward, you want to move things forward, but there are emotions that lie inside of that's holding you back, perhaps holding you back. Fourth chakra is your heart chakra, your Anahata chakra, right over here. Okay, so Anahata chakra. Now this fourth chakra that is we're talking about, your heart chakra. Of course, people say it's passion and love, but there is also hatred and other things that come about. Okay, there are emotions that come from that, and these emotions are so powerful that that really it either propels you forward or it doesn't. Okay, the fifth chakra, which is your throat chakra right here. Okay, this chakra is responsible for communication. You might be struggling to communicate your message, getting it out there, getting it, making it proper, right? Now, I'm kind of making it in a really simplistic sense right now. I'm not trying to make this in a very holistic way. I'm not going in deeper. I'm just kind of staying at the surface right now. So this chakra is the communication is the important piece. Then you have the under chakra. This plays a role in your between your greed and your sanity. Okay, in many people, you find sometimes you're finding your head hurts, you think so much and your head hurts. Okay, now I will say to you one thing, my friend. As you are learning about these chakras, and as I'm kind of explaining to you, this sixth chakra, under chakra, is really crucial. It's also known as your third eye chakra. Okay, now when you take a look at this, when you're looking at your chakras, and as I'm explaining to you, ask yourself, where are you coming from? Where is your block, right? And then the last but not least is your seventh chakra, which is right at the top of your right at the beginning of top of your forehead. Now this seventh chakra is where your nirvanic state is, ultimate bliss. We are all trying to get there. We are all trying to make it there. That's why you are here watching this video. You are learning about financial chakras. You are learning about how I came about it. But you're wanting to know about the formulas. So what I found is these 7 energetic centers governs your body. Now, on a surface level, it's very simple. But what I found is that when you start, the reason sometimes we get messed up is because it's complex mechanisms inside of that. The flows and the energies, and they move at such a warp speed. They go, they're moving so fast right? And you have to match with it. You see, what's happening is for you to go up energetically, like for me to go up energetically right now. I'm excited to discuss this with you, so you can see. I hope that you feel my excitement about this as I'm talking to you. What I find is that when there is a blockage in your body, when there's a blockage in one of these seven chakras, you literally are going backwards. So I'll give you an example. What I found is with financial chakras is that not only you're going backwards, in terms of emotionally, but you're going backwards financially. See, one of the things I've found with financial chakras in my book that's coming out very soon, and the programs that I teach, one of the things I've discovered is that for the first time ever, I am demonstrating how you can measure your potential in dollars and measure your emotions in dollars. Now you're thinking, wow, Ash, that's kind of cool. Because see, it's like this. Every time your energetic centers are going in against you what you want to do, you're going negative. So how much negative you're going is the question. And that negative is more than $1,000. I'll tell you that per second. I'll say that for sure. So the question is, what is the number? And I would love to tell you a little bit more. What is it costing you, right? It's not only 1,000, it's actually more than $2,000 per second. So every time you do something, whether you decide to do something and move forward, or decide to do something and move backward, either way it's costing you. When your energetic centers, when your chakras are not aligned properly, they are costing you financially. And the question is, how much is it costing you? This video, like right now is 22 minutes, right? If you take a look at per second, and if you multiply that by $2,000, that's how much energy you just invested into this video. The question is, how many times? I want you to write down here at the bottom of the video. I want to ask you a question. How many times you tried to do something and you didn't do it? How many times you were going to move forward and you didn't go forward? How many times you went forward and you fell and it just wasn't the right thing to do? Every time you do that, it's costing you money. See, what I found is that our life is precious, our time is precious, but time is money. We have heard that term all of our lives. But the question is, how much money? And that's something uniqueness that I have figured out with financial chakras. The formula, the way of doing things is completely different way of thinking. It's what I will show you is how chakras not only exist inside, but how they exist outside. And if you want to find out where your blockage is, do yourself a favor. Go here at the bottom, click on my link, and register with me, and just schedule an appointment with me. Normally, I charge $297 just to talk to me. But in this case, because you're part of this summit, I'm offering this to you at absolutely no cost. All you have to do is go here at the bottom, click on the link, or just send a message. Now, as a special gift, as you know, that I love giving gifts, and what I have done is I have put together a video called, 7 energies, that are costing you $2,400 a second. And these 7 energies, I'm actually going to show it to you what they are and how they're costing you. Okay. So what I would do is I would go ahead and opt in for that. I would love to have you in that, in there, and then show it to you, and we will have a good time. Okay. So there are 2 things. One, if you are interested in finding out more about, where your blockages are, because just like that guy who was blocked, I have had other people who have come to me. They have had blockages as well. I had a lady who came to me. I'll give you an example. This lady came to me. She was a financial advisor. She came to me. She was struggling. She's like, I don't know what to do. And I helped her out, open up all her chakras. And literally in 6 months, we went from 0 to almost $2 million. Now her son came to me and he's like, Ash, I want to leave my job and all these things, and I want to leave my school. I want to leave the college and I want to start my own company. And he came to me, and I was able to help him go from 0 to over 30,000 a month in revenue. And that's what it does when you open up your chakras. That's what you're opting in for. That's what you're coming into when you setting up an appointment with me, to help you clear it out and just go Just go 1, 2, 3, and you go into the next step. Okay. So with that in mind, my name is Ash Shukla, and I want to say thank you so much. And I want to tell you that thank you for participating in this video. Thank you so much for writing down here at the bottom, and really helping me out. I really appreciate everything that you're doing, the video that you have watched with me. I really appreciate your time, and I want to tell you from my heart to yours, I love you. Okay, namaste, and I'll see you next time.